although
My favorite thing is people who love Andrew Tate and shit, or people who love right-wing fucking weirdos who routinely put emotion over facts when they're making arguments will always say oh, it's about critically thinking. It's about logic, actually. Logically speaking, Andrew Tate is good objectively. It's no, you're just saying those words because someone told you that that's the best way to create an argument. You're not critically engaging with theories such as, women are terrible drivers. I don't trust a female pilot. Those aren't logical assessments that are that a logical man is making. It just corresponds to your fifis, okay? It is unironically the most being in the Matrix thing you can do, because the Matrix ultimately is pretty fucking slanted for on behalf of men, right? That's it. So you're just only fucking reinforcing the Matrix when you do that. It's so silly. It's so stupid. The Matrix tells you at the top of the hour, there's a 3-minute ad break. Okay. If you want to escape that Matrix, all you need to do is subscribe, which you can do for $5 or for free with a Twitch Prime by connecting your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, where you get one free Prime subscription a month. You can also get gifted a sub. That's another way to avoid the Matrix. Same energy when men say women shouldn't be working in the government because they're emotional. The fucking irony. Exactly. It's you're not brilliant. You're not critically thinking about this. You're not logical. It's just so fucking dumb. Okay? 6:10 for being late. I'm 2 minutes late. You're crazy. Here's a 3-minute ad break now, by the way. All right, let's continue.
Although he's a political
T. Soto, thank you for the 5 gifted.
Things like Greta Thunberg on Twitter, he's immensely helped a huge amount of young men's lives, and has helped them become better men. Has empowered masculinity. Has got them in the gym. Has promoted self-accountability, and provides an opposite side to the left-wing society that the West is now seeing.
Empowered masculinity by getting people to the gym. Is that masculinity? Big muscles?
Absolutely. It requires responsibility. It requires self-accountability. It requires discipline, consistency. What else is more important in life?
Oh, yes, but they're not uniquely masculine traits, are they?
No, masculinity, going to the gym and teaching these skills from a young age is important, so men don't become weak men when they're older. So no excuses are made.
Physically weak.
And he does that from a young age.
Physically weak or morally weak or both?
Both.
And what about...
This is, I think, one of the only good qualities of Andrew Tate is telling people to go to the fucking gym, which I agree. You should go to the fucking gym no matter what your situation is, right? You should be fit. You should walk around. You should be more active. I mean, it's something that I advocate for regularly. So that's not an area where I'm going to shit on him for, but I do know why. I do know why Andrew Tate does that. It's so that he can serve, it's basically so he can shill whatever the fuck his underlying opinions are. And maybe you could make the same argument about me. You could say, Hasan, you do the same thing. You know what I mean? You tell people to fucking go to the gym. You tell people that they need to improve themselves. Okay. And you have another underlying you have another underlying hidden agenda behind it. Yeah, but I think my hidden agenda, if you think I have one, is to what? Make sure that you can unionize your workplace and have more autonomy in your immediate future. Okay, that's fine. Stop having PTSD. I'm not trying to serve you the top of the hour ad break. I already did it. Okay? And it's not even a hidden agenda. It's one that I say all the time. I tell you all the fucking time, for me, yeah, I do React stuff. I do fun collaborations. I play video games. But ultimately, the higher purpose of all of that is to, once again, get people in here and instill a sense of charitability within what I'm advocating for. Okay? And what I'm advocating for is pretty fucking clear cut. I also don't have like a singular understanding of what masculinity is supposed to be like. I would say I'm a relatively masculine person, right? And I have my flaws on top of that. But I think what people misunderstand as masculinity is just simply confidence. Okay? It's considered to be like a masculine trait. And despite my crippling insecurities in certain areas, I think I recognize that those crippling insecurities and I work against them, which unironically would be something that you would consider to be a masculine trait. That's it. Confidence is a masculine trait. I think people mistake confidence as a masculine trait. Yes. When you talk to people, the things that they are actually talking about are confidence. When people say, oh, I want to be an alpha male, I want to be a masculine alpha male, they literally are just talking about being a confident, self-assured individual. That's it. That's what the fuck they're talking about. Lamau, no, it's not. What the fuck? No, I'm talking about... No, guys, I don't think you're understanding. I'm not saying that that's what masculinity is. I'm stating that the people that routinely chirp about masculinity and how masculine they are, or like even when they say they're alpha males, right? Which is ironic because like if you say you're alpha male, you are definitely not whatever the fuck you think an alpha male is. Okay? But the people that promote this, the people that constantly talk about like, oh, I'm masculine, I'm so masculine, I'm an alpha dog. Those people are just talking about, they're talking about confidence. They're talking about being a confident person. That's it. They haven't thought about it more than that. They don't have like this understanding of what masculine is. You explained it in a strange way. Nobody understood. Normally the problem is in who is the speaking and not the listener. That's really interesting because most people did understand it. So what does that say about you then? I'm pretty sure if I were to ask the chat, most people would say, no, I understood it. I mean, I try to describe it as best as I possibly can. What do you think about that, chatter? It seems like a lot of people understood what I was saying. Anyway, well, now that we cleared it up, I hope you understand it, and it's okay. It's okay to misunderstand sometimes. Regardless, on the other side, they also correlate masculinity with aggressiveness and domination on the toxic side. Yes, that's true. And the irony is they still marry those two concepts with confidence. And that's when it gets really troublesome. Okay? That's when it gets really troublesome. Because they think in order to instill the image of confidence and success, you have to dominate people. You have to dominate others. And for me, okay, if masculinity is about like taking a protective stance, there is nothing more insecure, okay, than harming people who cannot defend themselves. There is nothing more insecure than routinely shitting on people for inalienable qualities that they have that marginalizes them through society, okay, through harmful societal constructs. That is literally the least, I guess, masculine, if you want to consider, like I said, being an alpha dog, being masculine. If you're mistaking that with confidence, that is the least confident thing you can do. Anyway.
I mean,
let's
what about
look at what happens. Look at what happens when men can't
heating
control
up my
their
chicken. I'll be
emotions
back in a second.
in the West. You have school shootings such as in America.
Do you
This
think?
is what happens.
Do you think that his comments on women and what he urges young boys and men to do to women, the women in their lives, do you think that is a positive force?
I think what he says and what goes through people's head are two different things. He said that men and women are both needed in society. They go yin and yang together. If you have traditionally masculine men and traditionally feminine women, society is proven at its best. Look at the societies in the West right now, England and the United Kingdom. London is a failing city at every metric. Dubai and other parts of the East, which are regarded by the UK as apparently misogynistic, as we've seen through Qatar and how the West have portrayed that. So many people have come back from Qatar saying it's been an amazing place.
But can I ask you to be specific? You've been specific about what you think the benefits of lifelong physical strength and discipline are, and I wouldn't disagree with you about discipline and consistency and commitment. They're important for boys and girls, men and women. There are fantastic human traits to keep a life on track, no doubt. But why the exhortations to physically hurt and mentally hurt women and girls? Why throw that into the mix?
So there actually has been no instance of where he has seriously meant that he has hurt women in any metric possible. Earlier you mentioned that.
What do you mean in any metric possible? What does that mean?
There has been no instance where any woman has come forward against Andrew Tate and said that
I don't need them to. I've got the words.
So you don't need evidence?
No, I've got the evidence in front of me. This is a man who.
What is the evidence?
I've got it right in front of me. If you'll hear me out, this is a man who goes online and sends out videos and has huge numbers of people following him because essentially he's created a kind of pyramid scheme financially to attract people to it. And he has said, and you know the physical sort of demeanour of the big cigar and the riches and the cars and all the rest of it. That's the backdrop. But these are the words. Controlling women, trashing their belongings, stopping them from going out in order to control their behaviour. And this is a quote from him now. It's bang out the machete, boom, in her face, grip her by the neck, shut up, bitch. Apologies for that. That's what he says in one video, acting out how he'd attack a woman if she accused him of cheating. In another, he describes throwing a woman's possessions out of the window to teach her a lesson. In a third, he calls an ex-girlfriend a dumb hoe. Again, apologies to people for the language. He has encouraged all kinds of physical methods of controlling a woman. He has exhorted people to violence and physical and mental control of the woman in their life and the women in their lives. And you're unmoved by that, Jonathan.
Yeah, so it's interesting that you grab these quotes. The machete.
But I didn't make them up.
No, you didn't make them up.
He said them.
But you didn't take into the context of which they were said.
Tell me the context.
So
tell me the context.
They were said in a jokey manner. The difference is when it's chopped up into a 30-second or 10-second TikTok clip and young men digest that, that's not his problem. They haven't read the whole context.
Women bear responsibility for being raped?
So that is one thing I don't personally agree with him, but that doesn't mean he's not an overall net positive for men as a whole.
I've actually watched a lot of his content, Jonathan, since I first talked about him on air, and now, as true to form, it just comes up when I'm on Instagram because of how algorithms work, and I haven't quite worked out how to control that yet. But he's not just joking. It's not banter. It's deeply serious. He is training and guiding and exhorting boys and men to behave like this towards the women in their life.
Absolutely not.
It's not just a bit of banter, he said. But also, obviously she's right. But like, this is such a common fucking way to like try to move away from Andrew Tate's like very clear worldview. By claiming, oh, well, that doesn't make up the entirety of his worldview. Oh, I don't agree with him on this, but I agree with him on other shit. It's like, bro, what the fuck do you mean you don't agree with him on this one thing? That's like his whole thing. With Andrew Tate saying like, oh man, I don't agree with like some of his misogynistic takes, but overall he's like actually a positive influence for men, when his entire output is misogyny, is a fucking ridiculous thing to state. Okay? It's a completely ridiculous fucking thing to state. It's like stating, I don't actually like Kanye West's music, but like overall, he's a positive. He's a positive role model for people. You know what I mean? It's like, what the fuck do you like then? That's his whole thing, is his music. Andrew Tate's entire output revolves around him being the face of like modern day misogynistic behavior. That's it. He didn't invent the misogyny. That existed already. He didn't invent the patriarchy. That existed already. He just justifies it and routinely rides it. No one is perfect. Take what you like and leave the stuff you don't agree with. No, I love that. That's true. And I don't think you should hold people to like the one weak moment if that is the case. I think charitability is important. Okay? Right? I agree. But once again, you're forgetting what I'm saying. Andrew Tate's entire output still is literally that. It's what he's known for.
No, he is not.
I'm telling you that he is, Jonathan, because I've watched it. He isn't joking. It's not slapstick. He's not joking.
Okay, sure. So I've been watching him for a few years, way before he's blown up, and I've noticed the increasing trend in people such as yourself saying this. But where's the sufficient evidence for any woman coming out against him? It's odd that he got banned off Instagram, Twitter, and
That's
Facebook.
That's not the point. Jonathan, that isn't the point.
Odd that he got banned off that, but then ISIS members and members of the Iran regime are still on Twitter and Facebook. Do you think that's morally correct? Do you think our children should be seeing people get their heads chopped off?
No, I don't. But I do not. Of course I don't. But I'm glad. By the way, I'm not talking about banning him from anything. I'm talking about what we do when people put, and I'm glad you've mentioned ISIS because I think his MO is similar. It is a form of radicalizing of particularly young people, but clearly in your case, not just young people. He is attempting to bring into he's succeeding in bringing into common parlance in schools, in homes across presumably the world. Because
it's so funny because it's like what about ISIS take is so dumb. Because it's literally like, let's say you got shot, and then you're like, well, can you arrest the person who shot me? And then the cop tells you, well, what about all these other people that were, mass murdered? We got to deal with that. Like, what do you mean? This person still shot me, though. Like, who gives a fuck if, you know what I mean? Like, who cares? Does it not matter? Also, Andrew Tate is like kind of praised ISIS too, which is pretty funny. You're right. He is literally famous for that. If he's not so bad, then why he's more famous than your average motivational speaker for men? What's so different about him? Yeah, no, because of that. Because he tells it like it is, bruv.
because of the way the internet works, certainly in the home of Karen, who we spoke to 10 minutes ago, he is inculcating violence against women and girls, attitudes that are deeply misogynistic and completely out of date in any normal Western mind, and it's working. That's the problem. It's working.
Yeah, sure. So you keep saying the same rhetoric again, misogynistic, etc., etc.
I'm not, Jonathan. I'm not giving you rhetoric.
Sure.
I'm telling you what the mother of a 13-year-old boy is dealing with in her home. Don't just say sure. Answer it. I'm not giving you rhetoric. I'm telling you, I'm reporting to you what the mother and father of a 13-year-old boy have told me, and they're not the only ones, and I can see calls coming in from people experiencing the same. So it isn't rhetoric, Jonathan. It's happening. It's coming into people's living rooms via their smartphones. Right. What do we do about it?
Why can't people take to the good, he says? Why are they not seeing all the good things he says about self-accountability?
Like what? Go to the gym? Like, dude, this is like, I mean, not that like there's a moral equivalence between the actions that this person did that I'm going to use in this analogy, but like Hitler was fucking vegetarian. Okay? Oh my God, chat said the exact same thing at the same time as I did. Holy fuck. You know what I mean? Can't you see the good in what he did is so fucking stupid? Sometimes if you're only known for fucking bad, you can't be looking at the good, okay? Especially when the good is the same, is just the same old bullshit that you can hear anywhere else.
Accountability about making more money. He has personally helped me through his apparently pyramid scheme to Hasan.
How's he helped you? Tell me.
Oh,
because I've left my job. I
And?
am now Sorry?
And what did you do?
Before, I was
No.
working in...
Yeah, tell me the story.
I was a part of his pyramid scheme, which is completely not a pyramid scheme. One part of his Hustlers University is an affiliate marketing area where there's also 11, 12 other areas where verified me.
bro, dude, we get why he's riding so hard, bro. His fucking life depends on it, dude. Holy shit. That's a whole ass adult, dog. That's crazy. That is a whole ass, grown ass adult. That motherfucker's paying taxes and shit. Think about that. Think about how shitty your life is right now, okay? Maybe you're stuck at a dead end job, chatter. Okay? Maybe you're unhappy with your current circumstances. Well, at least you're not that guy, okay? It just automatically, you're above that guy. You know what I mean? There's always someone way worse off than you that is like completely oblivious to the fucking realities that they're dealing with. And big homie is that.
Millionaires will also teach you how to become wealthy. Now, people don't want to see that. They just want to attack him for the pyramid scheme.
How have you become wealthy? Have you?
Yes.
How?
Because I've managed to leave my job at the age of 23 years old. I'm in the greatest physique in my life. I take utmost self-accountability, and I'm moving out of the Western countries I am placed in now in the next 3 months.
And that doesn't sound like a job. How do you work now to become rich?
Oh, so I was a part of his methods of creating wealth. So, for example, he does copywriting, he does stock trading, he does crypto trading.
Could you translate that for me into what you do and how it earns you money?
Yes, we stock trade. We look at companies that are going to increase in value over time, and we trade that. We also day trade, and we also copyright. So we write marketing and sales emails for companies.
Yeah. Right.
That's awesome.
And how much have you earned as a result of that, would you say, broadly speaking?
Well, put it this way. I was earning about, after taxes, probably 9K before, and now I'm well over that, and I can provide for my family, and I'm only 23 years old.
What family have you got?
What do you mean, what family have I got?
What do you mean by family? Do you mean a wife, children? Do you mean your mum and your dad and your siblings? What do you mean by family?
So my mum and my siblings. So I've retired my mother, and I also have taken care of my.
You have retired your mother?
Yeah.
What does that mean? This is the saddest part about this. Even by UK standards, which in comparison to the United States of America is going to be way lower, these countries have a higher fucking social safety net. So usually the amount of money that you make, even as a high earner, is going to be lower. But 9K is like legitimately low, even for the UK, for the Americans in the chat. Okay? For the record, like 9K is not as low as you would think for America. Like 9K in America, you're dead. Okay? You make $9,000 a year in the United States of America post taxes, you're dead. You're dying. There's no fucking way. No, not 9K a month. You think so? I thought he was making $9,000 a year, like after taxes. Let me hear it again.
Your dad.
Family, and I'm only paid before, and now put it this way: I was earning about after taxes probably 9K before, and now I'm well over that, and I can provide for my family, and I'm only.
Dude, it's 100% a year, no chance. It's 9K a year over here. In the UK, you mentioned salary by month. Please, you would have said it's a month if it's a month. I mean, 9K a month is like not bad. It's actually in the 1% in the UK, I'm pretty sure. If he's making $9,000 a month after taxes, he's literally in the 1%. He's making more than doctors. No, he is in the UK. No, he said making 9K a month post-tax, Chad. Why? What is happening right now? He said he made £9,000 a month post-taxes, and that was what he used to make. And he said that was not enough for him to take care of himself and his family. Do you really tell me, are you really telling me right now that, like, if your understanding is that he's making £9,000 a month in his previous job, okay? If he said a month, no, sorry, he didn't say a month. I think he said £9,000 per year. That's what I said, which is like below minimum wage in the UK. It's like poverty wages. But Chad is like, no shot. You misunderstood. He's saying $9,000 a month. Okay, if he's making $9,000 post-taxes a month. Wait, why are people saying back? Someone that said I'm backtracking. No, I think I understood what he was saying pretty clearly. And Chad is the people who are backtracking. It can't be $9,000 or £9,000 a month, because if that was the case, then he would never need the Andrew Tate shit.
23 years old.
What family have you got?
What do you mean? What family have I got?
What do you mean by family? Do you mean a wife, children? Do you mean your mum and your dad and your siblings? What do you mean by family?
You initially thought per year. Exactly. That's what I think is going on. I think he's saying he only made £9,000 per year annually after taxes, which is a part-time minimum wage job that he was working at. He's 23 years old. Okay. And now he's saying he's making a lot more than that.
My mum and my siblings. So I've retired my mother, and I also have taken care of my.
You have retired your mother.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Is she a racehorse?
She doesn't have to work. She doesn't have to. Sorry.
Is she a racehorse?
Is it not good to take care of your family?
No. Just the language is interesting. You have retired your mother.
I have retired my mother. She doesn't have to.
Okay. You're hyper focusing on dumb shit at that point.
To work a day in her life again because of her son.
And she's happy.
She is extremely happy about that. She gets to pursue all her passions.
And how would you feel about somebody being online thinking, well, she's got all that time on her hands now. You want to keep her under control. You should hit her a couple of times to keep her under control. You should throw her possessions out of the window. What do you think of that?
Yeah, no. So again,
you find it funny.
I find it funny that you keep using this one example, which is proved completely untrue.
Well, it hasn't. Well, you see, now you're just lying. It hasn't proved completely untrue because it's there. It's there on the internet.
Guilty?
No. It's there.
Guilty?
It's there for people to see.
Yeah, which is said in a jokey manner. So I say this again, it's called getting swatted, right? So firstly, they ban you, so they try and silence you. Secondly, they try and take you to court, possibly through taxes. But through him, they're trying to make up these false accusations of human trafficking.
Well, I don't know about those.
Yeah. Yeah, dog. It's because, like, he's just, you know, too misogynistic. That's why the Romanian government, who, of course, famously is anti-misogyny, is actually lying about his sex trafficking so they can actually arrest him for misogyny. It's like, what are you thinking, bro? This is like the Tory Lanez thing all over again. You know what I mean? It's like, what do you mean? Unless there is a third shooter, like Megan Thee Stallion, very clear cut, openly fucking said Tory Lanez shot me. What the fuck are you talking about? And it's like, no, you don't get it, bro. You don't get it, actually. There's a totally third option that I will not tell you what it is. And it's the same shit with this. It's like, what? You think the fucking Romanian government is like, they hate misogyny? That's why they're like, you know, dealing with Andrew Tate? That's what it is? Or do you think it's because he fucking groomed women into sex trafficking? Okay? And you know, something that he himself has admitted and promoted. And he's going to potentially, you know, go to jail over it, which he still might not. 50-50 chance the government is silencing him. Stop. I know you're making a joke about Asmongold saying that Holy Paladin for 2069. Oh, God, scroll. No, you can't say some dumb shit in the chat like that and not have me fucking clap your ass cheeks. Yeah, good one, though.
But, you know, the law in Romania will have to assess those, Jonathan. Let's leave it there. But thank you for your call, Jonathan in Croydon. He retired his mother to the knacker's yard. It's 1:34.